Hello. Who do you think would win in a fight between Surtur and Godzilla Earth? Godzilla is massive, standing at around 355 feet tall and possessing immense physical strength. He is capable of causing widespread destruction with his sheer size and power. Atomic Breath, one of Godzilla's signature abilities, is his atomic breath, a powerful energy blast that can devastate cities and rival other titans in combat. Surtur is described as a fire giant towering over most characters in the MCU, standing at around 1,000 feet tall. His size and power are on a cosmic scale. Surtur possesses the eternal flame, which gives him immense strength and the ability to create and control fire. He can also engulf everything around him in flames, causing massive area damage. Before we dive into the analysis, please hit the subscribe button and remember to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thanks. For millennia, Asgardian culture has spoken of an event that would destroy their homeland. Known as Ragnarok, it is a fateful event that will occur when Surtur, empowered by the eternal flame, rages and engulfs Asgard in flames. In an attempt to prevent this catastrophe, Odin defeats Surtur, takes the eternal flame, and seals it away in his crypt, deep beneath the palace. As a result, Surtur is severely weakened and suffers severe injuries to an arm and a leg. 2 years after the devastating Battle of Sokovia, Surtur receives word that Thor is searching for the Infinity Stones. Surtur seizes the opportunity to take Thor prisoner and imprisons him in a cage in Muspelheim. When Surtur attempts to speak with Thor, he is taken out of the cage, chained to Surtur. When Surtur boasts that his power makes him as big as mountains, Thor replies that the eternal flame is sealed in Odin's vault. However, Surtur reveals that Odin is no longer in Asgard and Ragnarok has officially begun. As Thor attempts to escape, Surtur laughs and declares that he made a grave mistake by releasing the fire demons. The god of thunder quickly repels the demons with ease, but Surtur advances to confront Thor, using the Twilight Sword to unleash a fierce fire, which Thor successfully blocks. Thor is able to finish off Surtur, destroying him, and Surtur is absorbed into his own crown. Thor then escapes and seals the crown deep within the vault. Sometime later, having regained control of part of Asgard from his sister, Hela, Thor decides to fulfill the prophecy of Ragnarok and uses Surtur's power to defeat Hela. Loki places the crown in the eternal flame, resurrecting Surtur. Within minutes, Surtur begins to grow to between 800 and 4,000 meters in height and destroys the entire city of Asgard. Shortly before Surtur could complete his goal, he was attacked by the Hulk, who attempted to destroy him. Just as Surtur was about to destroy Asgard, Hela appeared and stopped him, using the Necroswords to attack him with the intention of killing him. However, Surtur was completely unaffected by the attack. He eventually used the Twilight Sword to stab deep into Asgard, destroying the entire planet. In the process, Hela was destroyed and Surtur sacrificed himself to complete Ragnarok. As a powerful fire demon, Surtur possessed the ability to create massive waves of fire from his Twilight Sword, engulfing any target in a sea of blazing fire. The flames were so powerful that even in his weakened state, Surtur was able to force Thor to use the power of his hammer Mjolnir to defend himself. At his full power, Surtur not only creates flames that burn his enemies, but is also powerful enough to engulf and destroy all of Asgard, reducing it to ashes. His destructive power demonstrates his control over fire on a cosmic scale. Even in his weakened state, Surtur still possesses enough power to confront and challenge Thor in battle. After being revived and restored to his true form by the eternal flame, Surtur quickly regained his full power, reaching a level of strength unfathomable to humans. In this state, he easily defeated the Hulk with a single strike and quickly destroyed Hela, who once terrified Asgard right. However, even in his most powerful form, Surtur still cannot reach the ultimate power of Odin, the leader of the gods. Despite this, Surtur's destructive power still makes him the most terrifying threat Asgard has ever faced, capable of devastating destruction beyond imagination. Surtur is incredibly durable, able to withstand powerful blows from Thor's hammer Mjolnir without suffering significant damage. It took a powerful blow from the hammer, fully charged, to his head to finish off the mighty fire demon. Surtur was largely unaffected in his confrontation with the Hulk, as the Hulk was unable to inflict significant damage on him. Surtur has even shown to be able to withstand attacks from Hela's Necroswords, deadly weapons that have caused many to fall. Even when he returned to his true form at the peak of his power, Surtur still had a great weakness against the overwhelming power of Odin, who was able to overwhelm him. Surtur is truly an immortal entity, with a body that does not undergo the aging process, allowing him to survive and exist for thousands of years without decline, helping Surtur overcome the limits of time, maintaining terrible durability and destruction in any battle. With all his power and enormous size, Surtur in the Marvel Cinematic Universe MCU is considered to be at least equal to a moon, if not equivalent to a small asteroid. He possesses cosmic-level power, capable of shaking and destroying celestial bodies if he reaches his complete state. Subscribe to the channel. It will help us a lot, and moreover, you will see great videos every day. You are the best. Thank you very much. The king of the monsters, Godzilla. In this universe, Godzilla is said to be a mutant of plant origin, growing by eating and absorbing large amounts of metal during its evolution. In the novel, and perhaps the first film, Metphys mentioned that Godzilla Earth is not a rare phenomenon, but is actually quite common on a global scale. Advanced civilizations in history have faced the tragic fate of being destroyed by giant creatures like Godzilla. Godzilla not only destroys other monsters, but is also said to do this either for entertainment or to assert control over its territory, with its dominant instinct, survival ability, and brutal power. In 2030, the corpse of Kamobivas IV was found on Odo Island, Kaohsiung. A professor of strategic biology named this monster Gojira after a legendary dragon in Japan. After that, there were more and more reports of missing ships, including a nuclear submarine of the United States Army. There were reports of frequent occurrences of unidentified underwater eruption-like phenomena, and reports of horizontal lights and mysterious lights that gradually moved eastward and towards North America. One night, Anguirus, along with Varan and Barragan, emerged off the coast of Los Angeles. But they did not attack the city. They fled in fear, even as humans were shooting at them. However, another monster appeared, and this one was watching them. This was the first time humans saw the one responsible for this, the first confirmed sighting of Godzilla. The United States military deployed anti-kaiju defenses on the defense lines of Los Angeles. However, when Godzilla attacked Varan, his atomic breath created a powerful EMP wave, destroying all of the city's weapons and electronics. After destroying the three monsters, Godzilla turned his attention to humanity and began to wreak havoc on Los Angeles, where have 8.7 dead persons. The bunker raids to destroy Godzilla were unsuccessful, and the military was forced to watch as the monster destroyed San Francisco before disappearing into the Pacific Ocean. Godzilla's destruction was not only a devastating blow to humanity, but also a warning of his unstoppable power. A year later, Godzilla Earth reappeared in the Pacific. He destroyed a Bear Washington aircraft carrier, then attacked the west coast of the United States, destroying Colorado Springs despite the city being fortified against Godzilla's attack. The defenses that the United States military had put all their efforts into were quickly breached. In order to stop the monster, the military made a last-ditch effort with 150 nuclear bombs, each with a yield of up to 21 kilotons, but all failed. While the live broadcast was taking place, the president lost control and committed suicide by shooting himself in the mouth. Godzilla then continued across the continent, entering the Gulf of Mexico, before disappearing into the Atlantic Ocean. The west coast was devastated, while the east coast was cut off, including safer areas. Godzilla and a nuclear cult were formed, leading to a series of nuclear suicides and executions in the interior regions. This coast saw hundreds of thousands of deaths and would continue to face disaster until the exifs arrived. Years later, when Godzilla attacked Western Europe, 6 million lives were lost. Furthermore, the monster began to retreat, but continued to cause havoc. After many attempts by both humans and other creatures to destroy Godzilla, including Operation Great Wall, the plan to bury Godzilla failed as he always found a way to escape. Eventually, most of humanity was forced to leave Earth as Godzilla turned his attention to the remaining humans, further threatening the existence of all. Godzilla Earth actually appeared, causing havoc right from the start. Just by standing up, he caused a mountain to explode without wasting any time. With the ability to use powerful vibration waves, Godzilla Earth not only created havoc, but also put pressure on everything around him. As Earth arrived and prepared to attack, they realized that even from low orbit, they were not safe from Godzilla Earth, who could easily take them down with his atomic breath. Occasionally, Godzilla would patrol the areas, looking for humans before stopping to rest. When the cloud covering Mechagodzilla City cleared, Godzilla noticed the city and immediately headed towards it. Suddenly, he stopped and used his atomic breath, destroying everything in his path. Mechagodzilla City suffered minor damage, but Godzilla Earth decided to continue advancing on the city since his long-range attack was ineffective. The vultures were released to distract Godzilla. The vultures led Godzilla to the trap point, then the channel closed and began to pour in liquid nanometal, easily hardening and disabling Godzilla Earth. As the shield was lowered, they fired 2 EMP spears and began to emit electromagnetic pulses, causing Godzilla to crouch and fall silent. However, to United Earth's shock, Godzilla Earth did not explode but began to glow and had adapted to the EMP, converting it into heat. As one of Ghidorah's heads appears, Godzilla fires his atomic breath, but Ghidorah only deflects it and the beam bends back. Godzilla tries to grab Ghidorah with his hands to no avail and immediately bites down on the Monster King, bypassing the shield. He swipes at his neck again, but it goes through again. The other heads join in and attack Godzilla. Just like he did in Mechagodzilla City, the Earth's skin begins to crack and begins to crack and begins to glow bright red, but it does nothing to Ghidorah. Even in the intense heat, Ghidorah still drains all the energy. Suddenly, Ghidorah begins to lift Godzilla Earth up and nearly obliterates him, but with the help of Haru, Martin, Mena, and Mothra, Godzilla is freed from Ghidorah. Godzilla strikes one of the heads with his tail. The head disintegrates into gold particles. The other head is grabbed attacked by Godzilla and has its jaw ripped off. Months passed and Godzilla was once again at a standstill. Haruo knew that if he lived, Ghidorah would return. Using the last vulture and taking Yuko with him, Godzilla Earth fired his atomic breath, the vulture exploded next to Godzilla, and all the hatred was sealed. Godzilla had ended the resistance of humanity, the backers agreed to coexist with Godzilla. Like all Godzilla versions, Godzilla Earth possessed atomic breath, but this may be the most powerful form of atomic breath we have ever seen. His charged particle breath is an electromagnetic form with extremely high acceleration and charged particle nature. The ability of this atomic breath is extremely destructive, able to destroy monsters and cities with a single blow. Not only that, he can destroy the entire Rocky Mountains, melt part of the Himalayas, and break up continental plates up to 200 km thick. This power makes Godzilla Earth a relentless destroyer. Godzilla Earth used this atomic breath to destroy Gorath, a 30 km long asteroid with a mass equivalent to the moon. This event alone made humanity realize that even threats from the solar system could not stop Godzilla. In order to carry out this attack, Godzilla had to spend 5 years accumulating the necessary energy. The attack had a range of up to 300 km and destroyed Gorath on contact. Like the Mutos in Godzilla 2014, Earth can generate EMP. His EMP is powerful enough to destroy any conventional electronic device, including cars and shelters, instantly. Military weapons stop working at close range. Godzilla Earth has one unique feature compared to all Godzillas. He has a shield that protects him from all physical attack. However, the shield can be knocked out by EMP. Earth gains new abilities including hyper-oscillation waves, created when Godzilla roars at an extremely high volume that can crush and destroy targets at the molecular level. Godzilla Earth is capable of creating shock waves at speeds of up to Mach 3 or Mach 4. These shock waves can devastate targets at distances of up to 600 meters. Although it seems to have no defense from behind, the truth is that its tail is a deadly weapon. It acts as a balance for Godzilla when standing and walking. In fact, Godzilla Earth's tail is also prehensile and can be extended to wrap around objects such as tentacles or used as a stabbing weapon due to a sharp spike located at the tip of the tail. While Phileas, his son, was blown to pieces, Earth converted it into heat, causing his body to glow red and raising the temperature of the area around him to a point that was fatal to the United Earth forces. After heating up, he became Scarlet Godzilla, and he regained the ability to use his atomic breath and quickly destroyed Mechagodzilla City. The extreme heat caused it to melt into the Earth's crust. But when Godzilla Earth used it against Ghidorah, he was unaffected and quickly drained of energy. Godzilla Earth is quite similar to large star level, if not heavier, due to his red spiral beam. Now we come to the fight. He has faced stronger opponents than Surtur has faced in the MCU. With his combat experience and stealth, Godzilla Earth can ambush Surtur. His final height is around 4,000 meters, but he still can't really defeat Godzilla. Godzilla Earth is a long-range fighter, but has physical strength. Even from a distance, Godzilla Earth can still accurately hit Surtur's head. If he can hit something from low Earth orbit, then he can clearly hit Surtur from miles away if there is no cover for him. This Godzilla easily defeats Surtur in the MCU, however, if we use the comics, Surtur will win. So in this battle, it will depend on who you pick. MCU Surtur, Godzilla wins. Marvel Comics Surtur, Surtur wins. I hope you enjoyed this fight. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Follow me if you like. That's it for today's video. Thanks so much, everyone.